Would I do that to you? I got to tell you, when I joined the Beatles, I'd written a lot of songs.
What's your favorite Beatles song?
Oh, there's so many. I still love Rain.
At 85, Ringo Starr, the legendary drummer who helped shape the sound of the Beatles, has finally shared something that fans have wondered about for years: his 5 favorite Beatles songs of all time. For decades, Ringo has stayed modest when talking about the band's music, often saying that every track had its own special magic. But in a heartfelt and emotional moment, he decided to reveal which songs mean the most to him. The ones that bring back powerful memories of friendship, creativity, and an unforgettable era in music history. From the dizzying heights of Beatlemania to the quiet reflections of life after fame, Ringo has lived through every chapter of the Beatles' incredible journey. Now, as he looks back, he admits that some songs still make him emotional. "They remind me of who we were," he said softly. "4 lads from Liverpool who just wanted to play music, and somehow we changed the world." Fans around the world were moved by his honesty. Ringo's list isn't just a collection of popular hits. It's a deeply personal tribute to the moments, people, and emotions that shaped his life. Each song tells a story of laughter shared with John Lennon, creative sparks with Paul McCartney, and the quiet wisdom of George Harrison. For Ringo, these 5 songs represent far more than fame. They represent friendship, peace, and the kind of love that never fades, even decades later. So, which Beatles songs made Ringo's final list? And what do they reveal about the man behind the drums, the one who kept the heartbeat of the world's greatest band? Let's take a closer look. When asked to name his first favorite, Ringo Starr didn't hesitate. He smiled and said, "It's With a Little Help from My Friends." It's a song that defines not only Ringo's personality, but his entire legacy. Written by Lennon and McCartney especially for him, this cheerful yet soulful track from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band captured his essence perfectly: kind, loyal, and deeply human. Ringo said, "That song isn't just about friends. It's about all of us. We were brothers, you know? We had our fights, our egos, but deep down, we loved each other." For him, the lyrics weren't just words, they were truth. The Beatles' unity, humor, and friendship were what made their music timeless. And every time Ringo sings it today, audiences can feel the warmth in his voice, a genuine gratitude that still shines through. His second favorite took everyone by surprise: "Tomorrow Never Knows." Unlike the sweet melody of his first pick, this song was wild, experimental, and way ahead of its time. It marked the moment when the Beatles stepped from pop idols into musical pioneers. Ringo's drumming on that track is legendary, steady yet hypnotic, a rhythm that carries the psychedelic soundscape to perfection. He explained, "That was the first time we really broke the rules. Everything about that track was new. The sounds, the loops, the energy. It felt like we were stepping into another world." For Ringo, that song wasn't just about music. It was about freedom, creativity, and courage to go beyond the ordinary. Both songs represent 2 sides of Ringo's heart: the loving friend and the fearless artist. The first shows his warmth and loyalty. The second, his innovation and spirit. Together, they remind the world why Ringo Starr isn't just a drummer. He's the heartbeat of the Beatles' story. When Ringo Starr continued sharing his list, fans were surprised by the depth and emotion behind his next 2 picks. His third favorite Beatles song, he revealed, was "Something," written by George Harrison. While most people associate the song with George's love for Pattie Boyd, for Ringo, it carried a far deeper meaning, one that tied to loyalty, friendship, and respect. Ringo smiled as he recalled recording sessions for Abbey Road. "George came in with this song, and I remember thinking, wow, he's done it. It was beautiful, pure, and full of heart." Ringo admired George not just as a guitarist, but as a deeply spiritual soul who often got overlooked next to Lennon and McCartney. "When I played the drums on Something, I wanted every beat to feel like a heartbeat. That's how much it meant to me." For Ringo, the song symbolizes George's voice finally being heard, and he often says it's one of the most perfect love songs ever written. It reminds him of the quiet strength George brought to the band and how much he still misses his old friend. Then came Ringo's fourth favorite song, one that surprised many, Come Together. This track, with its iconic groove and Lennon's mysterious lyrics, perfectly captures the energy of the Beatles' later years. Ringo's drumming here became one of the most recognizable beats in rock history. That one was special, he said proudly. It's funky, it's strange, and it's pure Beatles. I just locked in with John's energy. That's what made it work. Behind the song, however, lies a bittersweet memory. It was a time when tensions in the band were growing, and everyone knew the end was near. Yet Come Together showed how even in those moments of division, their musical chemistry remained unbreakable. We could argue all day, Ringo laughed, but once we started playing, everything made sense again. These two songs, Something and Come Together, represent balance in Ringo's story. One is about love and beauty, the other about rhythm and rebellion. Together, they show how Ringo connected both sides of the Beatles, the harmony and the chaos, through his steady presence behind the drums. As he looked back, Ringo admitted these songs often make him emotional. When I hear them now, he said softly, I can still feel them in the room. John, Paul, George. It's like time stops for a bit. For Ringo, these moments aren't just nostalgia. They are reminders of friendship, creativity, and four young men who dreamed big and ended up changing the world. When it came to the final song on his list, Ringo Starr paused for a long moment before answering. The room fell silent as he softly said, Let It Be. It wasn't a shocking choice, but the way Ringo spoke about it revealed something deeper, something that went far beyond the music itself. Let It Be means peace, Ringo said quietly. It means acceptance, forgiveness, and moving on. When we were recording it, things were tense. We all knew the Beatles were nearing the end. But that song, it brought calm to the chaos. Written by Paul McCartney during one of the band's most turbulent periods, Let It Be became a song of hope. For Ringo, it represented closure, not just to the band, but to an entire era of his life. He remembered sitting behind his drum kit in the studio, listening to Paul's voice fill the room. It was like someone had opened a window and let the light in, he said. For a moment, all the noise, the fights, the pressure, it just disappeared. Even after all these years, Let It Be remains one of Ringo's most cherished memories. Whenever he performs it today, he says he feels John and George's presence beside him. I still hear them, he said. I can almost feel John's laugh and George's calm. They're still here in the music. For Ringo, Let It Be isn't just a song, it's a message. A reminder that even when life becomes difficult, peace can be found in letting go. That's what the song taught me, he reflected. You can't hold on to pain forever. Sometimes you just have to let it be. After sharing his 5 favorite Beatles songs, with a little help from my friends, tomorrow never knows, something come together, and let it be. Ringo smiled, his eyes glistening. It's funny, he said. We started out as kids just wanting to make music. And somehow, those songs ended up becoming part of people's lives forever. Fans across the world felt emotional hearing his words. These weren't just his favorite tracks. They were pieces of history, stitched together with love, loss, and laughter. They reflected Ringo's entire journey, from a working-class boy in Liverpool to the heartbeat of the greatest band in the world. Today, at 85, Ringo continues to tour, perform, and spread his lifelong message of peace and love. And when he looks back on the Beatles' legacy, he doesn't dwell on fame or fortune. He remembers the friendship, the joy, and the timeless songs that still bring people together. I'm just grateful, Ringo said with a smile. Grateful we made the music we did. Grateful for the people I shared it with. And grateful that, after all these years, the songs still mean something. That's what it's all about. Love, peace, and music.